The picture exchange system is an intervention designed to teach individuals with speech and language deficits to communicate through exchanging pictures or symbols. In 1994, Bondi and Frost conducted an empirically validated study that showed autistic children could acquire communication skills through exchanging pictures. Children using the picture exchange system are taught to give a picture of a desired item to a communicative partner in exchange for that item. Bondi and Frost created a 6-phase intervention system for teaching PECs. Phase 1 is called the physically assisting exchange. In this phase, different reinforcers are set up in the individual's environment. The therapist waits until an individual shows motivation or preference for an item. All the other items are then removed from the learner's environment. Then, the item of preference in view, the therapist waits for the learner to initiate motivation for the item, then physically guides the learner to touch the picture and place it in the therapist's hands. Next, the therapist exchanges the picture for the item. The therapist acknowledges that the communication happened by saying something like, "Oh, you want a cookie? Here it is." The therapist continues to arrange the environment so the picture and item are in view. Prompting is faded depending on the learner. Phase 2 is called expanding spontaneity. This phase expands the learning environment by having the therapist move away from the picture so that the learner has to initiate communication from a greater distance. It is important that the individual learns to initiate communication from a variety of settings and across a variety of people. Phase 3 is called stimulus discrimination of pictures. During this phase, the child is taught to discriminate between 2 or more items and pictures. It is important to expand the individual's repertoire once one item is mastered. Phase 4 is called building sentence structure. At this point, the learner is able to communicate using between 12 to 20 pictures. This phase involves teaching the learner to use the phrase, "I want." Next is phase 5, where the learner is taught to respond to a communicative partner asking, "What do you want?" and is able to select from a variety of pictures and exchange their wants and needs. The last phase is called commenting in response to a question. By this time, the learner is fluent in communicating through pictures in a variety of situations and across a variety of people. Therefore, phase 6 is used to teach new communicative functions like labeling and naming items. Bondi and Frost mentioned that the picture exchange system is extremely useful because there are little prerequisite skills required before the intervention is implemented. Research has also suggested that children who have low joint attention and imitation skill deficits will greatly benefit from picture exchange. I will now demonstrate the first 3 phases of the picture exchange system. Phase 1. Chip. Oh, you want a chip? Here's a chip. Chip. Good. Here's a chip. Chip. Very good. Here's a chip. Phase 2. Oh, you want some chips? Of course. Here's some chips. Phase 3. Oh, you want some blueberries? Of course. Here's a blueberry.